Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tweed Heads. This is Major League Pickleball Australia on Grandstand Court. My name is Dylan Kimlin. Sitting alongside me is Andy Dikasavjevic, and we are currently watching the New Zealand Hustle taking on the Sydney Smash. We're up to our fourth game. The teams have been going head-to-head thus far. I can tell you overall the current scoreline is 2-1 to the New Zealand Hustle. The Hustle are currently closest to camera. And taking on the Smash in the pink. And we've started with absolute pandemonium. Did Kyle learn those dancing moves at his times in the Northern Crocs, Andy?
I think he just brings that wherever he goes. I am so excited for this round one match here. The teams are bringing the energy right off the bat, and it's just been so great to see all these teams come together, which is always interesting. You know, the first round, there'll be, a bit of strategizing, bit of, testing out some combinations. But, this match so far has just been such a high level right off the bat. It's excellent.
Now, viewers, for the Sydney Smash, we have the combination of Lee and Kim. And they're up against Watnell and Saunders for the Hustle. Our official for this match, Sumi Rajpal, utilising the Franklin X40s. Franklin, the official ball of the Major League Pickleball Australia.
Fantastic point there. Kim is such a great player, and he's a new face to MLP, and I'm so excited to watch him play and even play against him. But that off-speed, speed-up, I think is his specialty. He'll aim it down the middle, and he'll catch a few teams off guard, but also down the line. Oh, great point there from the Smash.
Yeah, the boys playing big. Going head-to-head. It's great to see. We got a very vocal Michelle Esquivel on the sidelines cheering her team on. Now remember, viewers, we are utilising the rally scoring format, so you do not have to be serving to score. Playing for 21, win by 2. And this has a dream breaker potential here should the Smash win. We're going to some singles action. Be a great way to get our broadcast started here on Grandstand Court.
The dream breaker is definitely something that's in the back of your mind, but you don't go out thinking that you're going to play Dream Breaker often in teams, but it is something that's in the background. Definitely a possibility.
Oh, crafty.
Wow.
You're being the new captain of the Northern Crocs. Your side historically very good at the Dream Breakers. You've had a couple instances of Dream Breaker action yourself, Andy.
Yeah, it's one of those where the Dream Breaker does come up more often than you might think of the chances of kind of going 2-2 in a tie. And it is a bit off-putting, the Dream Breaker, just whipping out some of the singles after you've played a lot of doubles. And again, the format, 4 points each in the Dream Breaker. It doesn't give you a whole lot of time to find much rhythm. So you kind of, as soon as you find your rhythm, you're off and the next player comes on.
Ernie is good.
I think we're really seeing a great demonstration from Kim here of just his eye and his strategy. You can tell he's picking apart the opponents and just finding the gaps on that small pickleball court.
Well, I said to you earlier off-air, viewers, that I thought that Kim has a similar playstyle to Nilsson Chen, who we've obviously seen in the past for MLPA. Very aggressive, bouncy playstyle. He's making his money worth at the moment. Oh, that's tapped the paddle. Hustle gets that one. And again.
Great drive from Kyle there. He often plays a drive off the third or fifth shot. He doesn't mind that one. The old drive and crash, as many players call it.
Yeah, Kyle Watnell playing with Andy last season on the Northern Crocs. He is now the new captain of the NZ Hustle for MLPA Premier.
Yeah, Kyle had such a fantastic season with the Crocs last season, particularly, that last Melbourne weekend where he went 6-0 across the men's and mixed doubles. Just his performance was outstanding, and it's just been great to see him, come across the pond and play in Australia. We just love having him here.
Yeah, good point. Point, smash. Sorry. 17.
And additionally, on the side of the hustle, we have Talia Saunders is also teeing it up. I quite like the hustle side all round, Andy. They seem quite well rounded.
Absolutely. Particularly for the hustle from the sides that they play as well, right? Like you've got Talia, who's just such a strong right-sided women's doubles player, and Michelle, who's just fantastic off the left. Kyle, again, a really solid right-side player, and Santosh, we've seen him just come out on that left-hand side and just be super dominant. So I feel like Kyle's really had a good think about when he's been drafting this team, just taking into consideration where players might play and what side.
Yeah.
So they've just had an outstanding performance to start the day.
Well, what I love about the hustle is that each player on their side represents a different country. Like it just goes to show the MLPA format. The game is truly international, and it's a beautiful thing as we've got the players at the rotation of sides, viewers. Remember, we are playing to 21, so pickleballers can't count, and 11 is half of 21. But the play will recommence on this cloudy day here at Voyager Tennis Tweed Heads.
11-8. Point, smash.
Talia coming up short a couple of times on that forehand dink there. She's been really solid thus far, but I'm sure she's just finding her feet in this mixed doubles. Oh, that's the Talia. She just does such a great job at changing direction off that forehand side. It's just fantastic. And you could see that she caught Kim a little bit off guard on some of those deep forehand dinks there, and fantastic. Unlucky from Kyle there.
I was actually going to make a comment, Andy. We saw Watnell go towards Lee 3 times successfully before the rotation of sides. I'm wondering whether the hustle continue to implement that strategy.
Great dink from Connie Lee there.
Have you had a chance to play against Lee or Kim before?
I haven't. I have come across Kim in India, I believe, but I haven't come across Connie yet. She looks like a fantastic player as well, with a great eye and a great soft game, but gosh, she's powerful as well.
Every point so critical here, viewers. Captain Watnell to bring it in.
13-11.
Good speed up. Saunders has beaten him twice now.
That's that change of direction, forehand out of the air there from Talia.
13-11.
It's deadly. Disguises it very well.
Speed up down the middle. Middle is the riddle, the old saying, and Watnell will lap that one up. And we have a timeout as a result.
Yeah, I think we often see that down the middle one just with new partnerships as well. So obviously teams are forming, norming, storming, as they say. But it's just been such a high quality of play so far. Players staying really patient and just, we're seeing lots of dinks. And just waiting for the right ball. I'd say the shot selection has been fantastic. Especially off the bounce of knowing when to speed up.
Andy, I'm curious, as we've got a timeout from our players, what's it been like from draft day to now? Obviously, there's a fair bit of time within that. You've got players travelling internationally. How are the Northern Crocs? Obviously, you've got players getting in, yesterday or day before, within the last week?
A couple of days ago. Yep.
Yeah, so what's the general vibe?
Yeah, the vibe for the Crocs is fantastic, and I think that's historically been kind of that vibe for the Crocs. It's such a fun team, and I think the people who've been part of the Crocs, or players who've been part of the Crocs, have set that standard and that culture, I think. So we've been in touch, since draft day, and everyone is just so excited to get going tonight.
I call that the third shot hop. Unsuccessful there for Watnell. And we will see the Northern Crocs feature later on today. They're in the, I guess you call it an evening session, dusk session. It'll be night time. And Watnell flinging himself around here. And converts.
That middle is seemingly the spot to go at the moment against the smash. Kim covering that angle on the left. Hustle are bringing the energy. It's just, their heads are up, they're pumped, their teammates on the sideline are on their feet and cheering. Smash just finding their feet, I think, at the moment.
Oh, she went for it again. Yeah, I guess Captain Hargrave's not renowned as a very verbal captain. He doesn't really fire up, but he's got B. Massey standing next to him, who is known for getting verbal on the court. He's also watching very sternly on the side.
Great shot from Talia there. And each team will have their own culture and energy and how they kind of show that. So a lot of teams will be vocal, but that's not necessarily the way that, teams will show energy. So it's really unique, I think, as well to each team.
Yeah, you're the rowdy one on your team, right? Oh, yeah. I'm not answering that one, Dylan.
14-18.
Obviously, the Crocs this week, unfortunately, have got a substitute. Willie Chung's out. You've got Rob Sterling, however, talking about rowdy individuals, one of the loudest people in the MLPA.
No, we had a great practice session this morning with the Crocs, and it's just such a well-gelled team, keen to get out there.
Oh, you got the Haas duo. Going to be a lot of fun
So
seeing those
excited,
two.
yeah.
Oh, Kim playing big.
Great
Terrific.
resets from Talia there, but yeah, Kim just too good there.
16-18.
Oh, beautiful. Those deep dinks to Talia Saunders pushing her way out wide, Kim down the right.
17-18.
And we have a timeout as a result. Andy, I'm curious, and this is probably for the viewers at home, with you having both Jamie and Price and Haas on your team, are you worried that you might have to split up any tiffs between those two that may happen on the courts?
No, I don't. They're such a good vibe. They're so fun. They've come all the way from Hawaii, and they have such a great pickleball community out there as well. And I think they're really leading that charge there. I'm just so excited to have them both on the team. They obviously gel so well together on and off the court. And, yeah, keen to get out there with Rob as well. Rob and I go way back to our tennis days. Yeah. So just all round, it's going to be a great event, I think, overall.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I remember on draft day when I saw that Jamie and Bryson were in the same team, I lost it. I was like, wow, that is a super team. The Crocs be snapping, and we can continue our game here for the fourth. And the Hustle have immediately responded. 1 point in it.
19-17.
2 points in it, my apologies. 19-17.
Yeah, I think that was a very smart timeout from the Hustle there.
Let's go!
Great pressure from Kyle there as well. He shifted his body over to that right sideline, just getting, sitting on that forehand. And Connie tried to edge it to his backhand, but it's just sailed wide there.
That was a game point opportunity there for the Hustle. Andy, I'm seeing a lot of dinks going towards Watnell's right side. Naturally, none happened there, and the freeze is in effect, so the Hustle cannot look it up. We're going to need a Michelle barometer on the sideline.
Great eye from Kim there. He just seen Carl shift over to the middle. He was hunting for that poach, but caught off guard there.
It's his third pirouette. Got the ballet shoes out there. Oh, and again. Tied game, 2-point pickleball on display.
It's a very hard shot to read what he's doing as well. His body weight is shifting left. You think he's going to speed up down the line. But I think we're seeing Kim's pickle IQ on display. Very high.
Bang. And that was all set up from that dink down the right side, Andy. I've called it a couple of times here, and this may be our second Dream Breaker of the day, as currently we have our other game going on with the Rush and the Stars in a Dream Breaker as we are watching live here at Tweed Heads. This is a Dream Breaker point. The Smash want to play singles. Can they get it done?
Yeah. As I say, give the people what they want.
Yeah.
21-20.
Take us to a Dream Breaker.
Done. We're going to some Dream Breaker action, ladies and gentlemen, here at Tweed Heads. As the Smash have dug deep. They were in a bit of a pickle there for a while, Andy, but they've done well to come back into it.
They haven't. As you say, anything can happen in a Dream Breaker or in a match, right, with rally scoring. So, point here and there, and that freeze, that can be really tricky as well.
And viewers, we're going to bounce to a quick commercial break before we get into the singles action here at Tweed Heads. Once we get back from this, we can commence the game once more. Thank you.
What's your DUPR?
Welcome back, everyone. Major League Pickleball Australia live here from Voyager Tennis in Tweed Heads. We've got some Dream Breaker action here with the Sydney Smash taking on the New Zealand Hustle. Sitting alongside me, Andy Dikasavjevic, the captain of the Northern Crocs. It's going to give a bit of a insight into currently what's happening on the sidelines. We have the captains deciding. Do we have our kitchen cam available there, Dave? Well, maybe we can bounce to a kitchen. So here we have on screen, on the left, we have the Sydney Smash, and on the right, New Zealand Hustle. Simi Rajpal, our official, talking to the Hustle. Andy, what's happening here with the captains picking their selections?
Yeah, so the captains are going to put down, well, I'm not sure who has won the toss in this situation, but the captains are going to put down of one of the teams their lineup of who 1 through 4, who they would like their singles lineup to be. Now, this doesn't have to be by gender, by level or anything like that. It is completely up to the discretion of the captain. Then the other team will get the option to react. So who would they like to put against that lineup? And there's all sorts of strategy that I'm sure that the viewers can imagine that goes into this as well. So traditionally, maybe you might put your top 2 males and your top 2 females, but it also just depends on what the players' backgrounds are. Do they prefer singles? All of that can come into effect. But ultimately, in a Dream Breaker, you just don't know what's going to happen and it's similar to rally scoring where everything adds up. So you miss a return here, you miss a serve here, all of that adds up. And so I'd say the standard differentials can become quite close than in a traditional singles match.
Yeah, and for viewers that have never watched a Dream Breaker, effectively what it is it's a singles match, but we only play to 4 points collectively. So once the 4 points have been played out, the teams will rotate and put on 2 new individuals. The same matchups will occur as we go along. Playing to 21, win by 2. And we've had some crazy Dream Breakers over the years. Andy, you've featured in a couple of those. Is it nerve-wracking?
For me, it personally is. It's fantastic playing in a team, right? I think team sports are fantastic, but coming from tennis, it's, traditionally individual. Playing a team sport, I tend to feel pressure on myself and want to do well for the team. So that's kind of where my nerves can set in. But we see some of the best Dream Breaker players. They're the ones that are brave, courageous, no matter who they're playing, what gender, what their reputation is. They'll come in and be really brave. So I think that's what we'll look for, who's, going to take some risks as well, going big on the serve, going big on the return, setting up the points, and then who might, try to stay consistent and have almost a different approach. So, again, Dream Breakers are really tough because as soon as you find your rhythm, 4 points, you've kind of got your strategy and you're feeling your drives and all of that, you head off and your teammate will hop on to play their 4 points as well. Yeah,
it needs to be said as well that both these teams have had some phenomenal efforts in the Dream Breaker situation. I immediately think of the MLPA Vietnam Open that we were all at, and Michelle Esquivel was representing the Hustle in that event, and Kyle Watnell was playing for your beloved Crocs. And you guys had a Dream Breaker during that event?
Yeah, I think we definitely had a couple. I think against the Rush and then maybe in the finals of that one. But Kyle, again, he's such a fun player, and you can see he's got a smile on his face now. Smiling through the nerves, maybe. But Kyle's such a great competitor. He'll be fantastic here, I'm sure.
Looks like the captains have opted to put themselves in first. I love to see it. So we will have Kyle Watnell representing the New Zealand Hustle, and Mitchell Hargraves will be in for Sydney Smash, playing to 4 points. Dream Breaker action here to get us started for our streams this Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, now it's starting straight in.
And you would have seen in the warm-up there, players just hitting a few shots from the baseline to baseline, because, again, they've been playing doubles for the last couple of hours.
Okay. Diamond. 0-0.
Hargraves goes bang to get us going.
And again, Mitch is going to be a hard opponent to come across in this Dream Breaker. So let's see if he gets the smash off to a good start.
Hargraves, regarded as one of the best male singles players in Australia, has got a pretty full trophy cabinet.
Wow.
Oh, Watnell.
Brave.
There you go. You named it.
And again, you might not want to do it, but in these Dream Breakers, players are keeping track of how many points they've won. So whether they go 3-1 or 2-2.
Speaking of 2-2, that's the exact scoreline of the rotation of sides. And we've got the ladies hopping on. We will have Michelle Esquivel taking on Bernadette Massey.
And again, be such a strong singles player as well. So
big from Michelle. I was speaking to B's brother Michael just before. Mum's down here to watch as well, the whole family. But B's had some injury concerns. Great to see her back on the court.
I'm feeling the wind on my face at the moment, Dill, so I assume that the wind is going a bit to the side, but I have a feeling Michelle's going with the wind here.
Yeah, definitely beneficial too. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
we will rotate at the 11-point mark. Oh, that's so smart.
That was such a great drive from B. It's just Michelle was ready for that one. She read that really well.
Yeah, she's currently got a 3-0 lead in this matchup.
Oh, great use of the court there.
You mentioned bravery. That is a brave shot to punch in the corner, especially with this wind that you just referred to. So that's a 3-1 matchup. And it makes it a close game thus far. And we will have the gentleman hopping on.
3-5.
3-5. So Santosh and Kim going head-to-head here. Kim closest to camera here on the pink, who I thought he played quite well in their last match. He played big.
Yes,
But unfortunately, our cameras didn't get to catch Santosh earlier, and he bowled out.
absolutely. Very strong player.
Let's go in, hustle. 6-4.
Oh, what a pickup.
It's always fun in singles when the players get into a firefight
Yeah.
as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
5-6.
So good.
Great roll there from Santosh.
That's a tied up matchup between those two gentlemen, 2-2, and we will have the final set of ladies jumping on. Lee and Saunders to go head-to-head. Lee close to the camera here in the Sydney Smash. 7-5. Saunders to bring it in.
Great finish from Connie there.
Let's go now. Come on. 6-7.
Bravery punching that left side.
Beautiful drive from Talia.
I'm pretty sure I just heard a Coco La Coco in the sidelines. Geez, her and Michelle Esquivel in a karaoke match. Who wins?
6.
Oh, nice rip down the right from Lee.
계속 거기로 가야 돼. 7-8.
Oof,
Connie
Saunders
really
went for it.
putting on that pressure as well and approaching the net. Talia opting to stay back.
Some big matchups there at the start as we had 2 3-1s, Andy. Michelle Esquivel getting 3-1 on Bernadette Massey, and then to reverse it, Connie Lee going big 3-1 against
8-8.
Talia Saunders. These two gentlemen at an 8-8 were tied themselves 2-2 last matchup. Ooh, full stretch.
Great play from Kyle there.
One more here.
Staying aggressive.
9-8. Point smash.
Great response from Mitch.
Do you try to do a big service in a Dream Breaker or just get it in? Or am I giving away trade
No,
secrets?
I think it's definitely a good approach is to go big on the serve.
10-9. Point smash.
Ooh.
Ooh, 2-2 again.
Kyle will be frustrated with that one.
Talking about big services.
Yeah.
Too big.
Yeah.
And the captains have gone tied the whole way. The last match up here, Michelle Esquivel winning it 3-1. B. Massey would love to get some more points on the board for her side. 10-10. Brave.
Wow.
Switch ends.
Fantastic shot from B there.
And that is one way to respond to the 11-point mark. We will have the rotation of sides. So the hustle will now be closer to camera.
Michelle's definitely coming out swinging, which is great to see. But B's definitely using the court, having some big targets from the baseline.
11-10.
Michelle's coming out swinging. When is she not swinging for the Stars?
I
Michelle
know.
is trying to rip that ball. Shout out to all the Kiwis watching, by the way. I had a bunch of you guys message me earlier today to tune into the hustle and the Southern Stars.
12-10.
Great response here from Massey. 2-0 in this matchup.
Great shot from Michelle there.
Monster drive.
It's interesting when B comes to the net. It's almost like Michelle likes to have that target of where to hit the ball. When she stays back, she's trying to pick her spots as well. Yeah. Ooh.
Point, hustle.
And Massey's had a tumble. She looks okay. And Michelle ties that matchup up 2-2. B Massey bleeding, I believe. She's renowned for throwing herself around non-stop. Yep, there we go. I'm waving madly at Adam Thompson, CEO, to go and get a first aid kit. And that's on the jaw. Talk about putting it all on the court. Bernadette Massey, welcome to the MLPA.
Such a great competitor, B.
She is, this isn't even a hot take. She is the toughest player we have in Australian pickleball. I've seen her tear her abductor, come out and win.
Wow.
She's terrifying.
Yeah.
And it looks like we will have I'm assuming this is a medical timeout.
Yeah. It's so great to see her in MLPA, especially kind of under the wing of Mitch, who's obviously such an experienced and fantastic pickleball player, but also such a nice person. So I think she'll slot in really nicely to the smash. She's got a great team around her. Connie, again, new to MLPA, but obviously making such a great impact already, as we can see in this tie. And Kim, he's honestly world-renowned, especially across Asia and India and now Australia, and it is just such a wise and strategic player. A lot of new faces, which is awesome for MLP.
And we've got our first aid team here, so this is a confirmed medical timeout. And Andy, is that the Northern Crocs mascot I can see on the left? He hasn't got all of his get up on. He's not looking at you at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a few supporters for the Crocs today. So keen to get the atmosphere going, hopefully under the lights as well. It's always fun to play MLP at night. Yeah.
And viewers, we might bounce into a bit of a commercial break as we wait for B Massey to get a injury sorted out. She did have a bit of a cut on the jawline after that attempt to get the ball, but we'll return with this Dream Breaker action straight after this.
What's your DUPR?
Welcome back, everyone. The very quick medical timeout there. Now, that is just how effective our first aid team, Nat, is. She's immediately been dismissed. Walking past the commentary booth here, and the gentleman can get back underway. Andy D thought that she was going to have a bit of a break, but not the case, as she's immediately been thrown back into the booth. 13-12 at the moment.
I believe Kim has a table tennis background.
Okay.
So it's always interesting to see table tennis players, tennis players, whatever background they come from, come in and play singles, because the strategy can look a little bit different.
Oh, big rip.
Fantastic drive from Kim there.
And viewers, the last time these fellas came head-to-head, it was a 2-2 matchup. And currently, Kim's coming out swinging. He wants that lead. How good would that be for your team's confidence, right, to start the season with a Dream Breaker victory?
Oh, fantastic.
Whoa.
Wow. So good off the baseline there from Kim. Yeah, it would really, it's a great gelling moment as well for teams, I think, Dream Breakers. And even if they don't go your way, it can be, a real, I suppose, character arc or team arc. Just because you've been through kind of those times together as well. And that's what I experienced on the Crocs last season.
Yeah.
We lost a couple of devastating Dream Breakers at the start, and then by the end we'd really come together because we'd learned from those moments as well as a team.
And I believe that was a 4-0, by the way, to Kim. Saunders
Wow.
down the left.
So great off the back end there from Talia.
And our last matchup here, Connie Lee got the 3-1.
13-16.
13-16.
Great hustle from Talia there, but again, Connie's just doing so well once she gets to that kitchen. She's just hugging that kitchen line so tight and not letting anything go through.
Well, the high bounce catching Saunders off guard there, and Lee moves to a 2-1 here in this matchup. 5-point difference, 18-13. Ooh, long. And this is the matchup that's been critical thus far, as both times Connie Lee has gone up 3-1.
19-13.
These two fellas have had 2 ties each matchup, 2-2 apiece. Oh, Mitchell Hargraves comes out big. I refer to him as Captain Consistent for a reason. Not much that Mitchell does wrong.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Such a strong finish for the smash there.
They've come out with a big victory on the hustle, and it's rough for the hustle considering that the the hustle had a really strong start for this matchup. They
Absolutely.
won the first 2, and then the Sydney Smash come home strong to take the final 3 games. And
Yeah, I think the Hustle will be a bit bummed about that one just because they came out so strong off that 2-0 lead. But again, this is MLP, rally scoring, anything can happen. Everyone's a good player, everyone's strong and is resilient and can come back and win at any time.
No, not wrong at all. And as you mentioned earlier, right, you had a couple heartbreaking Dream Breaker losses to start your season last season. And then look how strong you guys came back in the end. So I fully expect the Hustle to bounce back. And well done to the Sydney Smash taking the victory here. They've got the photos and cameras going as we speak. Andy, I should probably go and let you warm up.
Thanks, Dylan. It's been really good.
No, we had a quick little chat, and hopefully we have you in the booth again sometime this weekend. But viewers, we'll jump into a quick commercial break, and it looks like we are going to have the pleasure of watching the Vipers taking on the Mavericks. Or is that Bondi? That's the Bondi. The other blue team, the new blue team. As we got Captain Rose Van Reek here talking to Talia Saunders, former Maverick teammates, actually. Fitting. As we'll commence our game very soon after this commercial break. Andy, good luck with the Crocs.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Major League Pickleball Australia. We are live here at Voyager Tennis, Tweed Heads. About to get underway with our second round here for our Thursday. We've just witnessed on Grandstand Court the Sydney Smash winning a dream breakup. And we're about to get underway here with our Western Vipers taking on the new club, the Bondi Pickleball Club. Now for the Vipers, Captain Andy Horridge is back in the green, repping the WA-based side. And he's gone back-to-back, running it back with his good friend Ryan Henry. And it looks like the gentleman will be going first. Horridge, one of our younger players here in the Australian pickleball scene, has been dominant since he left the tennis world and got into pickleball, similar to Ryan Henry, also another young gun, replacing tennis for pickleball as well. The ladies on our screen, Alicia Horridge, we've got the good A Horridge playing for the Vipers now. As the joke goes around, I like to give a little bit of cheek to Andy, such a good bloke he is, but it's great to have Alicia rocking up to substitute for the Vipers. We had a fair few subs this week, but it's great to see A Horridge and A Horridge teaming up. Mihei Kwan, the superstar, also drafted for the Western Vipers. We'll see her in a strong showing for the ladies later on. Now for the Bondi, the new club here for the MLPA format. Rose Van Rieck, new captain, new colours, represented the Melbourne Mavericks last season. Also representing the Mavs, we saw Rob Cassidy, who was a substitute several times last season, a legend of the game he is, and no doubt we'll see those two feature heavily. Speaking of legends, we've got Paula in as well. So let me tell you about Rob and Paula, these two very high-rated international players, and no doubt the Bondi will be dominating on the courts. Regarded as a pretty high-seeded side overall. Connor Robertshaw, the substitute, the legend from New Zealand. I call him Southpaw Robertshaw because he bops around like a boxer, despite being a right-handed player. And it's great to see him representing the Wellington region. We just had the New Zealand hustle on, and shout out to the Kiwis that may be tuning in to cheer on Connor as well. But what an exciting team this is, the team in blue. As we show our court here, the players are just having a bit of a chat to official Rajpal. We will have the gentleman on first, I believe. The combination of Henry and Horridge taking on Cassidy and Robertshaw. It's going to be interesting considering the Bondi do have a substitute in, how Rob Cassidy leads his younger teammate. I think this is going to be exciting because Rob Cassidy, legend of the game he is, he'll be a great set of guidance for his side, and we can get underway here. MLPA round 2, or second set of games here for our day 1. Oh, speed up is good. As the team in green get the first points on the board. We are playing to 21 viewers, rally scoring in effect.
1-0.
Positional freeze, so the fellas will not rotate once they win a point. Yeah. And Robertshaw, the substitute, stinging.
Point, Bondi. 1-1.
Wow, I don't know if you guys at home saw the swing on that ball from Connor Robertshaw. A little bit of wind gusting at the moment. We are close to the ocean. Blowing left to right.
Point, Vipers.
And it is blowing a little bit towards the camera.
2-2.
Great hands. Cassidy, a very calming effect for Bondi. We got.
3-2.
It's exciting to see Bondi joining the fray. Yeah, great hands. Rob Cassidy, renowned for a little bit of a unique grip on his paddle.
3-3.
Oh, Henry, big swing. Ball's called out.
Ball's in.
We have a challenge there. Ball is confirmed in.
safety standpoint, the lines are slick. 4-3.
Rob Cassidy just letting the other players know that there's a little bit of slickness on the court.
Point, Vipers.
Yeah, that's a net roll. The Vipers tie things up 4-4.
4-4. Point, Bondi. 5-4. Point,
Ball goes
Vipers.
wide. And they're exchanging blows at the moment. Tied game 5 apiece. We can see Coco Lococo there in the back right. She is the coach of the Vipers for this season. Ironic, considering she was the coach of both Rose and Rob last season. So no doubt a little bit of banter on the court at some point.
Point, Bondi.
I have to say, Robert Shaw's holding his own at the moment as a substitute.
6-5. Point, Vipers.
Strength from Henry. Really working Rob Cassidy around there.
6-6.
That's why he's one of the best.
Point, Bondi.
Terrific speed up. Henry went for it again.
7-6.
And the Western Vipers came very close last season at the finals in Melbourne. They went down eventually to the Fast Fours, led by George Wall. Ooh, quick hands. Cassidy responding, and he is playing big at the moment, dominating on that right side. And the Fast Fours are no more, by the way, viewers at home. They have been replaced by the Bondi Pickleball Club.
8-7.
What a rally. There we go, the Bondi boys. Quick shoulder tap. They like what they see, and that is put away down the right side. We got an ATP defense, and then elite hands for all round. And Henry's playing very aggressive down the right side, and Ernie there. But the defense of the boys in blue, out of this world. And we have a timeout on the side of the Western Vipers. They're just going to bring things in and have a bit of a chat as the teams want to figure things out. And keep in mind, viewers, this is their first time playing together. So we have just a lot of new strategies as we see a lot of discussion here on the screen. We can see Captain Rose Van Reek speaking with Connor Robertshaw individually, trying to pump him up, enforce some strategies, and alternatively, Coco Lococo, the captain of the coach of the Vipers, on the left side in heavy discussion as well. And it'd be terrific to maybe get a bit of insight from Coach Lakoko if she gets in the booth at some point to just explain what's going through the mind here of a coach at a substitute. Alternatively, Cassidy and Robert Shaw playing some terrific pickleball. And right-handed, left-handed combination of the gentlemen really dominant in the middle of the court. They've had some outrageous defensive efforts as well.
Diamond.
Yeah, Dinking Patton really pushing Henry out, and the sub getting his keep thus far at the 11-7 rotation. The Vipers will now be closest to camera here for our game one, with the gentlemen playing to 21. Win by 2. And viewers, remember we do have our next set of games coming on after this as well. We've just started our day with 2 Dream Breakers. The MLPA format once again providing the goods. And we've got a couple of rule changes this year, or this season rather, with the main one being, and that's been in heavy discussion with a lot of the players, is the coin toss at the start of the event now determines teams can choose whether they want the ladies or the gentlemen in the doubles format coming on first. And I have a feeling that may be exactly what official Rajpal has just had a quick chat to Captain Van Reek and
11-7.
Horridge, or it may have been about the rain actually. There is a little bit of drizzle here at the moment. Southpaw with the haymaker. Big smashes from Robert Shaw. And he is
12-7.
balling out right now. The young man
Recall.
has represented multiple teams. Did a season with the Southern Stars. Wants to earn his keep here. It's gone long.
Point, one day. 13-7.
Captain Horridge responding.
Coming to you, Rob. 8-13. Point, one day.
And the Bondi just seem a little bit more clean at the moment. They've made minimal unforced errors. And the points they have lost have been off
14-8.
great shots from the Vipers. There you go, case in point. Up at the chest.
9-14.
Yeah, that's 2 effective speed ups towards Robert Shaw in the last 2 points. The net roll not being kind to him there.
10-14.
That was a much better pickup. Terrific play.
15-10.
And I do wonder if we'll see another timeout here on the side of the Vipers. No, they're opting to hang it around. 16-10.
16-10.
Oof. Big speed up from Henry. And forehand drive down the middle of the court. One of his renowned shots. I do know that Andy Horridge likes playing on the right side.
11,
He plays the role well too. Cassidy down the middle, striking repeatedly. And the Vipers seem a little bit lost at the moment. They can't keep up with the defensive prowess of the Bondi Pickleball Club.
17, 11.
Speed up is good. And for a sub to come in and get the occasional points on the board like Robert Shaw has, it helps so much. I feel like Rob Cassidy hasn't
18, 11.
had too much of the ball. And that's a great thing for your superstar to just have a calmer start to his season. That off-pace forehand roll is terrific. Down low, not much that Henry could have done there. As we bring up a 19-11 scoreline, playing to 21. Oh, no! Robert Shaw was waiting, straddling the kitchen.
12, 19.
Andy Horridge driving it at him. And Robert Shaw just a bit too much oomph on it. He wanted to go viral.
Point, Bondi.
That brings up the 20-point mark. The Bondi boys are in the freeze right now, so they must score the winning point off of their service. Oof.
Point, Vipers.
Robert Shaw gone for the long ATP attempt, way out wide. And the freeze, we saw it was clinical in the last match between the Smash and the Hustle.
13.
Really gave the Smash the chance to come back and force a dream breaker. And will it assist the Western Vipers here?
13, 20.
The team sponsored by Hammer. Switch. ATP attempt unsuccessful. Free still in effect, so no victory just yet. Cassidy to bring it in. Game point.
20, 13.
Ooh, body line.
Point, Vipers.
Cassidy was waiting for it.
Fourteen, 20.
The young fellas going head-to-head with the speed-ups. Andy Horridge responding, 5 points in it. And the Vipers starting to coil.
15, 20.
They strike at the right time. Seems so. We may see a timeout here on the side of the Bondi. Yeah, that's exactly what occurs. As the Vipers quickly getting a bunch of points on the board, and that is why the freeze is so effective in the MLPA format. They must force a tie here. As for our game on our left court, I'm not too sure exactly what is occurring over there at the moment. But nonetheless, we continue. As the rain continues here at Tweed. It's not enough to pull us off the courts, but it is a worrying sign as we got the Rose Van Reek-led Bondi chant on the sideline. We had commentator Andy Digasavjevic, the captain of the Northern Crocs, talking about club culture and team culture. And it's obvious that with the new Bondi Pickleball Club, Rose Van Reek's trying to build exactly that. The identity of the club really is on her shoulders. What kind of team does she want to lead?
Time in.
Making it apparent to get us started.
16, 20.
Oh, Robert Shaw with the error, 17-20. We have a 3-point game. Are we going to see a tie here from the Vipers? What a tremendous comeback if so. Not today. They have to defend the game point here.
2017.
Oh, Robert Shaw, the big swing and a big miss. A big shout from the captain, Horridge.
18-20.
Third shot drive is good. 1 point in it. Are we going to see some 2-point pickleball? Terrific way to get our game started here. Between the green and the blue. Big from Cassidy is in. The freeze really hurting the Bondi right now. Many points have been gained from the Vipers. They've had multiple game point situations here to defend. Can they do it again? Oh, Robert Shaw, the defense was elite, but the put away was just not there, and we have a tied game. Incredible effort here from the Western Vipers. Put away. And the shout. Robert Shaw likes it. Bondi take the lead and have another game point.
21-20.
ATP is good! Rob Cassidy with the highlight, and the Bondi take the first game with the gentleman putting on an incredible effort here. And the boys in blue square it up at a 22-20. What a terrific way to get the Bondi Pickleball Club season going with a long ATP from Rob Cassidy, elite. And they take the first. And we will have the ladies on next, as the action will continue. Blustery weather here at Voyager Tennis Tweed Heads. We will have on the left side of the screen, we can see the Bondi captain Rose Van Reek warming up. And viewers, we're just going to quickly bounce into a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we will continue with our ladies match right underway.
What's your DUPR?
They're not just thinking about only performance, they're thinking about the growth of the game. When I first started, I needed something, and then I needed something different as I got better. And Yola was really great about working with me specifically to help create that for everybody. And as somebody enters this game for the first time, they're gonna go through a huge learning curve. And as they experience the full expression of the sport of pickleball, Yola's there to meet them with the performance and technology.
Let's play.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones.
Welcome back, everyone, to Major League Pickleball Australia, live here from Voyager at Tweed Heads. We're about to get underway with our ladies' match here between the Vipers and the Bondi, as we had a very close one at the start. 22-20, the Bondi getting the job done. On court currently for the Western Vipers, we have Mihei Kwon, the superstar, is back here again. We saw her feature as a sub a fair bit in MLPA last season. And here she is locked in as the #1 female pick for the Vipers at the moment. And the reason being is because we have the substitute, Alicia Horridge, the other Horridge. It's good to have Andy's sister joining the team in green.
1-2.
Regarded as the silent assassin, Mihai Kwon. Minimal emotion she shows on court, but my goodness, can she wallop the ball. Elite striker of the ball. Yeah, good hand straight off the bat, as we have the team in green with the first
3-2.
lead for their side with the ladies.
Point, Vipers. Good talk, good talk.
Ball goes wide. Here we go. The Vipers getting us underway. We have a combination of Rose and Paula
4-2.
in the blue.
Good eye, good eye.
Alicia Horridge, big striker of the ball.
How you guys doing?
And it looks like we're having a conversation about the slipperiness of the courts. And as a result, we will have a referee timeout, viewers. As we will go to a bit of a placeholder, viewers. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a rain delay here at Tweed Heads. And once we continue the action, we'll get back underway live here for MLPA on Grandstand Court. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Major League Pickleball Australia here live from Voyager Tennis and Tweed Heads, and we are immediately underway with our ladies. Net roll, ball goes long. Mihei Kwon. A little bit too much oomph on that one as we've had a fairly lengthy rain delay, viewers, but we are back on. Bondi taking on the Vipers. And good chats across the board. Speaking to Challenger captain Michael Russ, captain of the Vipers for the Challenger team. He was in very happy spirits. You see Ange Berchelet as well, the captain of the Masters side, just behind us here watching this game. Good to see all the WA representatives as that ball goes long from Mihei.
6-5.
Only 6-5 to the Bondi. Now remember, viewers, closest to camera, we do have the combination of Horridge and Kwon representing the Western Vipers. Alicia Horridge is the substitute for this week. Speed up, gold. And for the Bondi, we have the combination of Rose Van Rieck and her teammate Paula, who has been playing some great pickleball. Ball scored long.
Ball's out. No, I didn't see. Play score stands.
Okay, so ball scored long. We had a challenge there.
6-8.
Official Rajpal couldn't see where the ball ended up, so scoreline of 6-8. Van Rieck taking control. Regarded as one of the best female players in Australia for a good reason. The #1 player out of the Netherlands.
9-6.
Rose Van Rieck running amok.
4 point. Vipers.
Foot fault. Big toe in the kitchen.
7-9.
Oof. Speed up unsuccessful. Alicia Horridge taken on Van Rieck, and in the end, Van Rieck getting the job done. Viewers, the sheer amount of swing that Kwon can get on these drives is outrageous. And we got the brother-sister duo of Alicia and Andy Horridge representing the Vipers.
8-10.
At an 8-10 scoreline. A. Horridge to bring it in. And they are doing tremendously well here. Horridge getting the call up not too long ago, and she's bounced into an MLPA fixture, playing very well at the moment. Van Rieck too strong. And I referred to the swing of the ball. Kwon has caught her opposition a couple of times just with that left to right movement. As we got the rotation of sides here, we can see our teams having a chat on the sideline. They do get a couple of minutes of a breather here before they rotate into their second portion of the match. Keep in mind, we are playing the 21 win by 2 rally scoring format with the Franklin X40s. Franklin, the official ball of Major League Pickleball Australia. Well, the first time we've seen these ladies on court in the blue. And it's always interesting. I was speaking to Sarah Bear and Andy Dikasavjevic, respective captains of the Glory and the Northern Crocs, just about the first game of the season and how it is so important regarding team chemistry and building momentum as a unit. And the ladies said it is critical, but regardless of the result, more of the identity and the culture is what's more important.
11-9.
11-9, Van Rijk to bring it in.
Point, Bondi. Good job. Good stuff.
And the freeze is in positional freeze is in effect.
12-9.
So Van Rijk staying on the left side.
Point, Bondi.
2 out balls in a row.
Let's go. Right here. Right here. 13-9. Point, Vipers. Come on. Like that, Paula. 10-13. Point, Vipers.
That's the second foot fold we've seen for the Bondi Pickleball Club.
11-13.
A little bit too aggressive at the kitchen line. The smiling assassin is launching lasers right now. Mihei Kwon blasting the ball down the middle of the court. Not the defensive prowess of the ladies in blue, too strong at the moment, currently enjoying a little bit of a lead. Great drop.
Timeout called, score is 15-11.
And we have a timeout here on the side of the Western Vipers. It's a terrific showing here for the Bondi Pickleball Club. And I referred to earlier, before the rain delay, just the sheer amount of conversation that will occur from the teams, as we can see on our kitchen cam here. On the left side, Coco Lakoko, the coach of the Western Vipers, having a lot of chat to the substitute, Alicia Horridge. She knows how well Mihei's going to go. Kwon had a terrific couple of substitutes in the MLPA format last season. And alternatively, on the right side, we got Hall of Famer Rob Cassidy. What a superstar he is, and how privileged we are to have him in our MLPA format, just having a chat to the ladies, giving some words of encouragement. As the teams have returned to the court once more, and we can continue the action here for our
No timeouts remaining.
Bondi v Vipers.
Time in. 15-11.
15-11, let us continue. Too much oomph. 5-point lead here.
16-11.
Ooh. Van Rijk trying to tuck it into the corner. Just off.
12-16.
Great pressure. And we saw with the gentleman earlier today, we got to a 22-20 scoreline. The Vipers really benefited from the freeze as another outball, the serving prowess of
18-12.
the Bondi too strong at the moment. A lead Van Rijk, too strong down the middle. And the hands battle going the way of the Bondi as they're cruising to victory right now. Oof. Sheesh. Double hand backhand at the forehead. Mihei getting out of the way.
13-19.
Currently 13-19. Kwon responding with her own lightning bolt, and this brings up a game point situation and the swapping of service. So the freeze is in effect. However, Bondi get an opportunity here. 20-13. Out ball. Bondi get it done at a 21-13 scoreline, and in the end, just a strong showing from the Bondi Pickleball Club. They've taken both games, had a little bit of a rain delay in the middle of it, but overall happy campers in the blue. We're going to bounce into a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, and when we return, we'll get underway with our mixed action here at the Bondi V Vipers.
What's your DUPR?
They're not just thinking about only performance, they're thinking about the growth of the game. When I first started, I needed something, and then I needed something different as I got better. And Yola was really great about working with me specifically to help create that for everybody. And as somebody enters this game for the first time, they're going to go through a huge learning curve. And as they experience the full expression of the sport of pickleball, Yola's there to meet them with the performance and technology.
Let's play.
Welcome back, everyone, to Major League Pickleball Australia, live here at Voyager Tennis in Tweed Heads.
0-0.
Mixed doubles action underway. We have the Bondi V Vipers in our game 3 here. And we've got the combination of Van Rieck and Cassidy in the blue, closest to us, representing the Bondi Pickleball
1-0.
Club, and they're up against Quan and Henry. And one of the rare times that we see a face-to-face matchup with the male and female players. And it's due to Rob Cassidy being a lefty. Always makes for exciting pickleball when you can see the mixed action going head-to-head. We typically see a lot of hands battles at the kitchen line. Case in point, Mihai Quan trying to flick one up with the shoulder check of Van Rieck, unsuccessful.
2-1.
Currently 2-1, Rob Cassidy to bring it in. He had a screamer of an ATP to finish his game 1 earlier today. Too strong from Ryan Henry. Tied game, 2 apiece. ATP again, defense is there. And the net roll has copped Cassidy. And I mentioned to expect some fast-paced play. Immediately, that is what occurred. 1 point lead here for the Vipers. Ryan Henry to bring it in. Quan has gone for that top-high shoulder check twice now on Rose Van Rieck. And that time Similar to the first, it's just gone a little bit long. And Bondi tie things up and take the lead. Ah, Ernie is good. This man can do it all. ATPs and Ernies are easy for young Rob Cassidy, Captain Van Rijk, to bring it in. Okay, there we go. She's 1 from 3. And it's a very obvious strategy from Mihai. She's had multiple shot attempt towards Van Rijk. Recovery, excellent. Good pickup from Kwon.
5-5. Yep. Got it. Switch.
Switch in effect, and Kwon just a little bit late to recover it.
Worked it out though. Just a bit late. Once Ryan was standing there.
6-5.
Perfect drop attempt from Rose Van Rijk. And as similar to the ladies earlier today, they just look a little bit cleaner
7-5.
with their execution. We have a 7-5 lead here. Oof. Van Rijk bobbing and weaving. And Ryan Henry getting in the party. A lot of shots going towards
6-7.
shoulder height for Van Rijk at the moment. Poach is good. Ryan Henry showing off sheer athleticism. Banter on the side of the court from Captain
7-7.
Horridge and Coach Flakoko. Whoa, big. Called long. Question has been asked.
Thank you.
Confirmed in. The long ATP from Rob Cassidy, and he is lining up the highlight plays.
8-7. Point Vipers.
Very similar to the fellas earlier. Henry and Cassidy went toe-to-toe. And this match has followed
Recall 9-8.
suit at the moment. Scoreline is 8-8. We have the
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it's 8.
referee,
Recall
Rajpal,
8-8.
a scoring correction, and we can continue. Double ante ball still live.
Point Bondi.
Rally though, guys. Come on.
Exceptional rally from all players. Mihai Kwon opting to, with her third shot drives, go straight towards Rose Van Rijk, utilising that double-handed backhand of hers. Additional Ernie goes wide. Henry's been very active.
10-8. Point Vipers. Next one, Rose. Come on. Nine, 10.
Simply exceptional. What a rally as the Bondi take a 2-point lead and force the rotation of sides. They opted to slow things down there and go back to more of a traditional dink rally format. And this has been some lights out pickleball thus far and a must win for Bondi. Must win for the Vipers, my apologies. Should the Bondi take it, they'll secure a 3-0 and lock up the victory. I believe the teams will play the fourth regardless. But the Vipers must win this to force a dream breaker. And I believe this will be the first time in MLPA history that we will see a brother-sister duo with the Horridges coming on next. Quote me if I'm wrong there, viewers. I'm trying to think back to... Oh, no, Travis Vine and Wes Vine played together at the Brisbane Breakers in our first season.
11-9.
But besides that, I don't think we've had a brother-sister duo. Oh, too good. Ryan Henry, big hands. Connor Robertshaw on the sideline talking about the drive and to expected. Mihai, as I mentioned earlier, Quan has gone for the double-hander backhand towards Rose Van Reek multiple times. And she can respond with her own double-handed. Terrific from Van Reek. Captain leading the charge with a 3-point lead. And one high back at her. And both Mihai and Rose were teammates last season. Mihai Quan was a substitute for the Melbourne Mavericks. Rose Van Reek also playing for the Mavericks. Under coach Coco Lococo, who's currently on the side of the Vipers having a chat to the teams. And we can see she's caught a couple high balls thus far. As our timeout underway. A 4-point lead thus far for the Bondi. And this would be a massive victory for Captain Van Reek in her first match as captain. First match of the season as captain. To secure a 3-0. She'd be mighty happy with her side. The Bondi currently bringing it in, Cassidy. Speed up is good. And Henry and Cassidy continue to go toe-to-toe with the speed ups. And I talked about earlier about the culture of the clubs and how the teams are really building as a unit. And we can see Cassidy and Van Reek immediately have a connection. They are very verbal, very boppy on court.
12-15.
And both Henry and Quan are reasonably quiet players on the court. And the service is being called wide. Easy point there for Bondi.
16. Let's go. 16-12. Point, Vipers.
And ball goes wide. 3 points in it. Vipers are definitely hanging around here.
Let's go. 13-16.
Great return from Van Rijk. Forces a 4-point lead.
17-13.
Ooh.
Point, my piece.
Cheeky from Ryan Henry. Forehand flick down the left side.
Let's go. Come on, Bondi. Yeah. Strike, guys. It's 14. 14-17. Recall. 14-17.
Oh, great hands. Cassidy too strong. And I have to say, viewers, this is a terrifying combination of Cassidy and Van Rijk.
18-14.
And we're starting to see just how much damage these two can put together as a mixed doubles duo. Van Rijk capitalizing on the pop-up. Forced by Rob Cassidy, mixed doubles 101. The setup and the finish. And these two combining 2 points away from victory. Oh, that defensive effort was elite. However, top spin applied. Ball rolls in.
15. Let's go. Lock in. Here we are. 15-19.
Out. Here we go. Bondi find themselves in a game point situation once more. They've been in the lead for majority of this match thus far. Can they force a 3-0 overall? Oh, get out of it. Rob Cassidy can do no wrong. He has finished 2 games throughout this matchup with absolute highlights. ATP in game 1, brick wall defense in game 3. And the Bondi are fired up here for our Thursday at MLPA. And my goodness, he is putting on a show here. Viewers, we're going to bounce into another commercial break, and when we return, we will continue with our 4th game here with the mixed action underway live from Tweed Heads.
What's your DUPR?
They're not just thinking about only performance, they're thinking about the growth of the game. When I first started, I needed something, and then I needed something different as I got better. And Yola was really great about working with me specifically to help create that for everybody. And as somebody enters this game for the first time, they're going to go through a huge learning curve. And as they experience the full expression of the sport of pickleball, Yola's there to meet them with the performance and technology.
Let's play.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you. It's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
Welcome back, everyone. Major League Pickleball Australia live here at Voyager Tennis at Tweed Heads in New South Wales. We're about to get underway with our final mixed of the day here. Well, final mixed of this matchup with Vipers taking on Bondi. And what a great start we've seen from the Bondi as they currently have a 3-0 lead overall. Our new combinations on the court for the Bondi. We will see the substitute Connor Robertshaw teaming up with teammate Paula Riveras. Great to see these two duking it out at the moment. And I think Connor really stood up as a substitute in his men's doubles event earlier. Now for the team in green, the first time we've seen a brother-sister duo in Andy Horridge and Alicia Horridge. We've seen a couple siblings in the past with Wes and Travis Vine,
0-0.
as well as Beck Kingsley and Sarah Burr as well. Immediately come to mind as game is underway.
Yeah, that's it.
Point Vipers.
I'm very curious to see what play style we see from
1-0.
the Horridges. And what an awesome matchup this is, if we think about it, viewers, as we've got Connor Robertshaw coming from New Zealand,
1-1.
representing Wellington.
Really good.
Paula also an international player, and they're teaming up against two Western Australians. And there's a communication miss up there from
Point Vipers. 3-1.
Robertshaw Riveras.
Point Vipers.
And I do think it may have gotten in the head of Robertshaw. He's got to try and find the zone. We know how athletic Connor Robertshaw can be.
Nice, come on.
And if I was Bondi, I'd be considering a timeout pretty soon. Rob Cassidy, Rose Van Reek on the sideline here, watching on. Oh, double-handed backhand, unsuccessful.